Welcome to Doodles in the Margins, the podcast for creatives who are building something beautifully their own. Here, we believe creativity isn't just art, it's also how you think, how you solve, and how you see the world. Whether you're a business learning to embrace creativity or a creative learning to embrace business, you're in the right place. I'm Jacinta Marshall-Crouse. I'm a creative business coach, screenwriter, author, and an all-round eclectic creative. So let's grab something hot to drink, grab a pen, and let's doodle in the margins together. Hey creatives, this is episode 10, The Accidental Artist, turning your passion into profit. Today we're talking about the accidental artist. The person who didn't necessarily set out to start a business or make money from their creativity, but somehow found themselves in demand. Maybe it was a hobby that grew legs. Maybe it was a skill someone saw value in before you did. And that's the question we're going to explore. How do you take something you love and begin to shape it into something that can sustain you? Not just as a pastime, but as a viable income stream. I still remember the first time someone asked me, "Hey, could you write this for me?" It wasn't framed as a business opportunity. It wasn't a contract or a proposal. It was a friend, slightly panicked, holding a half finished speech that they had to give at a wedding. Their words were jumbled. They didn't know where to start, and I could see the stress in their body. I took the paper from their hands, sat at their kitchen table, and just, well, started writing. The smell of their too strong coffee was thick in the air. Their dog kept pacing, nails tapping against the floorboards, and I remember feeling strangely calm. The words came easily, not because it was my wedding, but because it was theirs. I could see the story they wanted to tell, even when they couldn't. And when I handed it back, they read it out loud. Their voice cracked, their eyes softened, and they said, "This is perfect. Can I pay you for this?" I laughed. Pay me for scribbling words on a page. But that moment planted a seed. The reason I'm telling you this is because so many of us dismiss our creative gifts until someone else holds up that mirror and says, "This is valuable." And that was my first step in becoming an accidental artist. So if you've ever had someone say, "Hey, could you make one of those for me?" Here's how to know if your passion might be something more. Number one, notice the pull, not the push. Pay attention to what people ask you for without having to sell it. That's where hidden demand often lies. Number two, test small, not perfect. Don't wait until you've built a full business plan or a flawless offer. Package something simple, a piece of art, a workshop, a written piece, even a custom creation, and see how other people respond. Number three, translate joy into value. Ask yourself, what about this passion makes me come alive? And what about it makes someone else's life easier, better, or even more meaningful? That's where creativity meets market need. Number four, shift your language from just a hobby to a service. Words matter. The moment you stop apologizing for charging and start describing what you offer, you open the door to profit. Just as a reflection prompt, think back over the last 6 months. Has anyone asked you to make one or do one for them? That could be your breadcrumb trail. So, just in review, today we explored the idea of the accidental artist. That sometimes your creative business starts not with a plan, but with a request. And that by noticing the pull, testing small, and translating joy into value, you can shift your language. You can begin to turn that spark into a sustainable path. And remember, your creativity is not extra. It's never extra. It's a bridge between your joy and someone else's need. Thanks for tuning in to Doodles in the Margins. Each week we explore what happens when creativity meets clarity and how to build a business that feels like, well, you. If you found something helpful in today's episode, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And if you're ready to get clearer on your creative business journey, you'll find links and ways to connect with me in the show notes below. I'll see you next time.